Friends, חכה, אני אתן לכם את האינטרו. Sup friends, Liron here. Thank you for joining me in another video. I've got my friend Tom.
Hey,
what up,
what's
Tom?
up, guys? Good.
Good. Tom is working on his English still, so he'll. I'm just kidding. So look, guys, I forgot my camera. I brought everything. I got the tripod. I've got like everything I need, everything here. I hope you can hear me because it's not the camera, it's my iPhone. This is a pencil. So anyway, I forgot my camera, which
Nice
is
pencil right there.
yeah. I felt a bit stupid, and then I was like, Tom was like, you want me to record you on my iPhone? And I was like, well, let's make the best out of it and actually capitalize on the fact that I don't have my camera to just do whatever we want. So what I'm gonna do now is change the angle and show you what I did so far. I'm working on this scene here, this building and everything you can see here. And I just want to show you, I finished the drawing. I'll try to somehow record the process because I don't have a tripod for my iPhone. It's in use for, you asked about my setup, so it's in use for my painting tripod actually.
Very nice,
yeah,
very nice.
so I'm just gonna show you what I did so far. Okay, so here's what I got so far. Here's what I got so far. Sorry, Tom is a very naughty boy today.
Yes, I'm very mischievous.
So mischievous, yes. So here we got the scene, there we go. And this is what I did. So I'm keeping it really simple, as you can see, and it's also a fairly small piece of paper, so I can't really get too many details in, but hopefully it still gets the gist of it. And let me tell you one more thing. Basically, I'm gonna use this opportunity to train myself to be more confident with just the brush and watercolor, specifically because I didn't put a lot of details into this. So some artists actually prefer that. They actually say it's better to be as
Accurate.
no, not necessarily as accurate, as use the fewest number of pencil lines you can, and then train yourself to let the brush do all the work.
It's all about simplicity.
Exactly, yeah. It wasn't my point, but it's also about simplicity. Yeah, so and now I figured out I forgot the cars, so I'm gonna probably plop one car in there into the scene, here, somewhere around here. And I hope you will enjoy this process. I want you to thank Tom and give a thumbs up to this video because he's gonna hold the camera because I don't have a tripod. So if you're grateful for that, I want you to smash the like button and let's get started. Yeah. Okay, so I just want to show you what I'm doing. A lot of you have asked about my setup. So I'm just using a paper towel. I'm gonna connect it here with some bulldog clips, okay? So basically I'm just putting it over here.
We don't know what bulldog clips are.
These are bulldog clips. Keep it horizontal,
Yeah.
okay, bro? So show them what I'm doing. I'm just connecting it with bulldog clips because a lot have asked about how I do this. So I connect it here. I've got the cup on the floor because there's no better space for it right now. I'm gonna upgrade my my setup soon, and I've got my lovely Schminka palette. There we go. It's all dirty. This is how I like to start my painting session. So Tom's gonna record it and I'm gonna show you some of the initial wash, some fun stuff, we're gonna wing it today. Let's get started.
Let's do it.
Bam. Okay, so I'm gonna start out. I just wanna choose what colors I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna use, I think, kind of a classic Velasquez palette together with maybe quinacridone rose or magenta, something like this, and maybe even a bit May green. We can try it out and see what happens. I really don't know. We're just gonna have fun. So I'm gonna start by mixing some blue, and to do that I'm just gonna put in a lot of, you can, by the way, feel free to wing it, Tom, show the scene, show me, it doesn't matter. I trust your camera work.
All right.
Okay, I put a lot of trust in you.
Teamwork.
Just make sure it's not too dizzy because sometimes it's annoying to look at it.
Right.
So what I'm trying to figure out is how dark the sky is, and I'm just putting the paint on the paper. I'm gonna let everything merge together. I don't really care at this point as much. So I'm gonna start out with this blue wash. And we're just gonna get started so you can show them what it looks like. Just putting the paint to the paper. Show them the paint on the paper. Show them the paint on the paper, bro. Show them this.
What do you want me to show them?
This, show them, man. It will dry. Now I'm gonna avoid the building on the right because it's a bit lighter. Okay. Now with skies, you have to be careful not to make them too dark because it kind of closes off the painting in many aspects. So you need to make sure you keep them a bit open. Now, just for the fun of it, I'm gonna throw in a bit of magenta here. I'm gonna mix it. It's gonna make it a little red. I'm gonna put it inside.
Is like purple?
Yeah. It has a few names. It's like magenta, quinacridone, rose. I see a lot of different colors that look the same. Madder, Meadow Lake. So this is it for the sky, basically. Now, the building on the right is very light. So I'm just gonna use my yellow, a bit of yellow ochre. I'm gonna go wild, just put it on the paper. It's a bit contaminated, show them it's a bit contaminated, but that's fine. I'm just gonna pull it off like this. Put water onto it to make it a little lighter, like this.
Why do you want to make it lighter?
Because it's lighter if you compare it to the sky. The sky is a bit darker. Right. And this will create an interesting effect, separating the two. So now basically the building on the right, I'm gonna cover it completely like that. And then I need to keep the edge here wet, okay? Because I want to keep this while I work on the left side, okay? Right. So I'm just gonna put in some water here and zoom in on that part. You can show them there's a bead. You can see all the paint settles in here, and that way it won't dry on us. And then I can move on to the gray-ass building on the left. So I'm gonna add a bit of yellow ochre, a bit of French ultramarine, a bit of burnt sienna for the Velasquez aspect of it. So now quickly, before the paint dries, I'm gonna come back with a bit of gray. Now this one's significantly darker, so I will have to add a lot more paint. And I think this shows you how chaotic it is to work outside. You have to be really quick and make sure everything works out on the first go because you don't have a lot of time to correct stuff. So what have you
created here? What kind of color? Which color?
It's just gray, using all of my primaries.
Yeah.
But I am just gonna add a bit of yellow to it because if you look at the building, it has a bit of yellow in it. Okay? Right. It actually has a few highlights on the left, so I'm gonna add a bit of a darker tint to it later. So now the one thing I want to work around is the highlight over here. So I'm just gonna be extra careful around that. I'm gonna put a bit more yellow on the left section just for the fun of it. And I ruined a bit of the highlight, but that's fine. I'm gonna work around it, wait for this taxi to move. It's kind of blocking the way for me. Adding a bit of the, yeah. And then down there I'm gonna add a bit of red, okay? Just adding a bit of red. Now here it's still wet, so I'm good. I'm gonna add a bit more paint to it, just in case.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks, bro. It's really raw now, so it's okay if it looks not so good. Now I want to make sure I get this building in quick, so I'm gonna use some burnt sienna for that, pure. I'm gonna use it right here.
Guys, just for you to know, this is Liron's new shoes, brand new. He made them themselves.
Thanks.
It's really nice.
Thanks, bro.
And we have a couple of people here, nice little people. Hi there.
Hello.
Hello.
השועל. מה הולך? את יכולה לבוא להפריע, זה בסדר. אתה יכול לעשות הפסקה, Okay, so basically I'm done with the first wash. This is just me putting some random paint on the paper. Just making sure the colors are still in the same group of harmony I decided upon in advance. But basically I just want to fill in everything. There's still no difference in the values. This part will be much darker. We're gonna add some shadows here, some shadows to that building. Just really improvising, and I have no idea what it's gonna be like when it's done. But hopefully we can pull it off and have a nice result. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is start the second wash. There's quite a few things that need to be much darker here, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do those.
Eric. Hi there. What's up? Do you want to come and see the drawing that we have here?
Okay.
This is Liron.
You can get him in the video as well. Is it okay if you're in the video? You don't care. Okay. So
It's amazing, someone painting buildings.
thank you.
You don't see that all day.
Really? Thank you. Tom, I need you to get that part with the super dark.
Can I take a picture of you guys?
Of course. Especially him, he likes the publicity. So, Nachon?
Right.
Okay.
Every day.
So now, you see there's a heavy shadow in the foreground, show them. And here, this is a very shadowy area. I'm gonna get that and then it will make the street pop, okay? Thanks. Okay, get it. Thank you. So, I'm just gonna put it in one go, no apologies.
No apologies.
See that? Now I'm gonna play with the warm and cool, so a bit of blue in there, and you probably can't see the color variation as well as us because it's through the iPhone's camera again. And I kind of flattened the crossing here, but that's fine. I don't care. It's worth it for the composition. And then I'm gonna pull just a few of these shadows, casting from maybe traffic lights or stuff like that.
So these lines here.
Yep.
Are there a preparation for something
No,
later?
it's done. It's probably done. I don't want to get too many details in this part. I know it doesn't read as perfectly as I wanted to. It could be much better, but that's life for you. I can try improving them. We can try and do that actually.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a bit more of the dark part over here. So it's going up the sidewalk. And then we're gonna darken this area as well. Right now I'm just winging it. I really don't know exactly what I'm doing. I admit it happens a lot and you have to kind of just trust yourself and hope for the best. Okay, so now I'm gonna just add the finer details here and onto the rooftop here, and then the people, and we're done with this. עכשיו תראה, אני מוסיף את זה באמצעות highlights. זאת אומרת, I'm doing negative painting. So I'm leaving highlights for the different edges, and hopefully it will look like the thing it's supposed to look like.
So negative is when you just put half of the paint, so no.
Yeah, it's like I bring out the bumps by painting around them. Okay, and hopefully it looks like the way it should. I can add just a bit of an extra added.
But here you had some negative painting as well, right? Like
Where? Oh yeah.
on the crisscross.
Half of the painting is a negative painting here.
So what is it really?
And I went over it, so I kind of messed that part up. But anyway.
I'm a layman. I don't really understand.
Yeah. I just want to show them. Oops, sorry. I want to show them from up front, just so you get a non-skewed look at this. And now you can. What do you want to understand?
So negative painting. Can you elaborate about it?
Yeah. It's okay. So if I'm painting a shape, I'm filling it with color. I colored it normally. I painted it normally. But if I would leave this, for example, white, and I would just paint the skies, I negative painted this area by leaving it lighter. Get it?
Right. Yeah.
You get it now? Wait.
So it's a game of color.
Yep. It's a game
Dark
of not colors, of areas. Which area you work on. So now I'm gonna add some details to the roof here. And check this out. This is a good part. Okay, you also focus on it. You can see how it really brings out the texture of the tiles on the roof. You get it? You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
And then I'm gonna add
it as well.
Hopefully. And then you can add a bit of just dots like this, and it's gonna create a sort of a leveled effect. So it goes like levels, steps. Okay?
Right, so
like
right
this.
now we are actually concentrating on the little details.
Yeah, exactly. And lastly, I want to get in the people, and this is, I admit, my weakness inside the scene. I'm not really good at it. I'm going to use some cadmium red light here. I'm going to mix it up with some burnt sienna, and this will be the colors for the heads. Now, I don't want to do like the Alvaro Castanet, they know what I mean, like Alvaro Castanet kind of repeat someone else's style, but I will. I'll just try and do my best. Honestly, I have no idea what's going to come out of it. So this is a head, this is a head, this is a head, this is a head. These are all heads of people.
And you got the headshot, it's a red
yeah, and then I'm going to add some darks to it for the bodies, for the figures themselves, okay, not bodies. So for this one, I'm just gonna add a bit of darkness here, and maybe a hand moving forward like this, another hand here, and now dry brushing the legs. This is a good part. You dry brush them, like kind of. Okay, I'm gonna wipe some of the color, and then go like this. And it turned out like a bit of a stick figure, and that's fine. I don't care.
Right.
Something like this. He has a weird stance, that's fine. Maybe I'll add another layer of darkness, kind of like a jacket, like this. And hopefully it makes some sense. And we'll leave it at that. And now we have these women on the right. I'm gonna maybe make it add a bit of the quinacridone color to it. And maybe one of them has a handbag or something like this, and they're talking. So this is one, and this is the second figure. And I'm gonna add a shadow. And remember, the shadow is much more important than the figure itself. It actually anchors it to the ground. Get it? Did you get what I said? The shadow itself is much more important than the figure.
Because it shows something
It
more.
connects it to the ground.
Right.
It looks like it's just stuck in there if you don't do it.
Right.
And I'm gonna make her
It
handbag.
looks good. It's kind of like what you've done here.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make it like stick out.
Yeah, and I make her handbag maybe a little darker. And that way it looks like maybe it's a bag to the side or something like this. Now I know I messed up some of the background. That's a thing I'm working on, honestly. I can correct some of it by maybe just darkening some of the lower parts of the street here. Just trying like this. And I think that's fine. I don't want to mess too much with it. Now we're going to take care of the figure here on the left, and he's in the shadow, so it really doesn't require too much of us. So something like this. And then the guy on the bike, I'm just going to improvise it like this. Put the bike in there like that. Add some shadow. And we're done. This is it. Oh, nice, you zoomed in. So I think this is it for the scene. Okay, so as a spur of the moment, I decided to add maybe a suitcase for one of the people, because I feel like sometimes when you do a limited palette, you don't get enough interest. You need some kind of a color to bring out some interest, like maybe pull the viewer's attention to one area. So come here, I want to show them. We're gonna add to this guy in the middle. I want to add just a suitcase because it looks so fitting to just add something here. So I'm gonna either use I think I'll use just a red, a very strong red. Maybe this is the Parylene dark red, so I can use that one. And I'm gonna just make a very strong kind of, I'll try to add a suitcase or something like this for him, for the guy. And we'll see how it turns out, no pressure. So show them. So this is like where he holds it, like this. And I'm gonna add a bit of shadow to it. Tom's doing a great job. And then I'm gonna add a bit of shadow here, a bit stronger maybe, and I'm gonna cast some of it. And at least we added one more interesting color to the painting, okay? And we said a bit of shadow for the step here. So I'm just gonna use again like burnt sienna and French ultramarine. These are the names of the colors. I'm gonna add just a bit here onto the shadow, the shadowy area. Just like that. I'll try and fill in some of the gaps like Tom suggested, so we're gonna try it out. But I like the gaps, Tom, by the way, just so you know, I like the gaps usually, so I won't try to fill them up too much, just a bit of details in the shadow. And finally, I want to close off this weird, awkward white line. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use this kind of thing. I'm gonna make it a bit maybe illustration-like, but that's fine, just to close it off a bit. I think it will be worth it.
Looks good.
Like this, yeah. It makes a separation, which is nice. And maybe add just a bit of shadows here. One thing we can do is add a bit of shadows to the people. So like to shade the sides of the heads. This can sometimes really help. And maybe some of the clothes. The hand here. And this is basically it. I don't want to mess with it too much. Let's show them a front view of it. give them a better view. That's awesome. Yeah, and let's try.
It's 360.
Yeah, great.
Hello, Liron. We are here again with Liron. Couple of words from Liron.
Okay, friends, so this is it. I really hope you enjoyed this process. Actually, Tom, come here. I want to show both of us. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up this video now. Sorry about the shakiness. I don't have the. By the way, Tom, look here. I'm
Right. Yeah.
okay. I'm not used to recording on the phone, so I keep looking at the monitor instead of the camera. So now we're looking at you, and I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope our voices come through because it's a bit noisy here. Again, I'm not used to recording with the phone. Tom, you did an excellent job. So smash the like button for Tom's good job. And if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, where I share daily updates, stories, really fun stuff. One more thing, check out my podcast. I will put a link in the description box below. I think you'll really like it. Tom, you listened to one of the, like a part of the episode? No?
Right, yeah.
You liked it? No, I'm not sure. I don't remember. Maybe just a small part of it. Yeah. So, a sample. So he liked it, and I think you will enjoy it too. And again, I want to really thank you. I never talked about the 10K followers, so thank you so much. It's really fun to see a 5-digit number and the number of subscribers on YouTube.
I gave him a trophy.
Yeah. Okay. What did you give him?
A trophy.
Trophy? Like okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a medal.
Thank you. Now I have to cut this part in editing because I don't know what you say. Friends, if you still haven't, here's a message for you all. Please subscribe.
Man. Please, what?
Yeah, thank you. We're gonna wrap this up now, and I will see you again in another video really soon.